You guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda Marie. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. Thank you so much for coming by and watching a video with me. Your love and support for my channel is greatly appreciated, so thank you. If you're new to my channel, you don't know me from a can of paint, child, you just happen to scroll up and my video popped up on your phone or tablet or computer. Over here, what I talk about is perfume. I love to smell good and I love sharing my perfume collection with you guys. So if you're interested in fragrances just like me, I would love for you to subscribe. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about fragrances to wear on Thanksgiving Day. Well, Thanksgiving is like literally a week or so from now. Is it next Thursday? I wanted to give you guys some ideas on fragrances you can wear for Thanksgiving. A lot of us are going to be going to visit family, friends, loved ones, and we're gonna be eating and partying and having a good time. And so you want to smell good. You never know who you might meet. You know, you might meet a friend of a friend, your cousin might bring somebody, you just never know. So you want to be smelling right, okay? So it's always good to stay ready, that way you ain't got to get ready, you know what I'm saying? So let's start with the first one. The first one is by Tom Ford, and this is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. This is the one that's kind of targeted to women, but you guys, fragrances are very unisex. A man could wear this easily, and I actually think this is a very good unisex fragrance. And what's crazy is I do have the one for men, and I think that one is actually a little bit sweeter than this one. This one to me is a little bit more heavier on the spice, and the one that's targeted for men, I feel like it is a little bit heavier on the dessert. It's more of the gourmand type of scent in my opinion, but this one is nice as well. Very, very sexy, and I think it's really appropriate for Thanksgiving Day. So I feel like this one is a little bit more spicier, and I think that's from the ginger that I smell in the top in this fragrance. But I do smell the dessert note in this fragrance as well. It has orange blossom in it. In my opinion, orange blossom always comes off very sweet to me. But again, in my opinion, I think this one is a little bit more on the spicier side than the one that is for men, which is the Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I think that one is a little bit more heavier on the dessert. It does have a note of nutmeg in it, which can kind of, nutmeg to me is not necessarily spicy. It's a spice, but it's not real spicy to me. I think ginger is more spicier than nutmeg, but that's just my opinion. But I think this is a really, really good fragrance to wear on Thanksgiving. I actually added this one to my collection this year, and to my surprise, I fell in love with it. And I don't even know why I waited so long to add it to my collection, but you guys, it is sexy. It, like I said, is very unisex. You could wear it, your boyfriend could wear it, and I think it's just an amazing fragrance, and I think it would be perfect to wear on Thanksgiving Day. So for those of you who don't care about smelling loud, or you don't care to have your fragrance like fill up the whole room, I have one for you here that I think would really, really go well with you. Okay, this is Another 13 by Labo, and this is one of my favorite perfume buys for 2021. This fragrance is amazing, and it's very light. Let me say that. It's very light. It sits very close to the skin, but it has a presence about it. It sneaks up on people. Like, people will be able to smell you, but it'll be whiffs of fragrance in the air, and it leaves a nice scent trail as well. So this fragrance has pear, it has Iso E Super, it has ambergris, it has amberette. Now the Iso E Super, from my understanding, is a synthetic note that's added to fragrance. I guess it just amplifies your own skin chemistry. So this fragrance kind of works for you per se, you know, in a way. It just kind of amplifies your own natural skin chemistry, from my understanding. Now I could be wrong, but I do think Iso E Super is like a synthetic note added to fragrances. But you guys, when I tell you, this is beautiful. This is the kind of fragrance where you're gonna wear this and someone's gonna hug you, like grandma is gonna hug you and be like, baby, you smell good, what you got on? That's what this is, you guys. It is so special, and I knew once I smelled it that I had to add it to my collection, because sometimes I don't want to wear an obnoxious, heavy, loud fragrance. Sometimes I just want something very intimate, something very soft and delicate, and I found it in Another 13. It is really, really nice. It's an amazing fragrance, you guys. One of my favorites from the Labo, and I just adore it so much. So again, if you're the type of person that's not into heavy fragrances, this is gonna be for you, okay? Another 13 by Le Labo. My next one may be a little bit more for someone that is a little bit more mature, even though I feel like this fragrance has a nice playful side because it is sweet. It does have a note of tuberose in it, which is why I said that it would go for someone that's more mature in age. And but the tuberose is sweet. It's bubblegummy, it's pretty, and I'm talking about L'Interdit by Givenchy. Now, how did I get, okay, so I didn't get this one first. I didn't get the OG first. I actually got the intense version of this fragrance, and I fell in love with it at first sniff. I knew eventually I would add the original to my collection, and I'm so glad that I did. To be honest with you guys, the intense version and this one smell very similar. Honestly, I cannot pick out any differences with the fragrances. I'm just being honest with you. I feel like they smell just alike, but you know, I'm crazy like that, so I had to get both of them. But you guys, this is a beautiful, sweet bubblegum tuberose. Like I said, y'all know tuberose can come off very, very strong. It's like one of the strongest notes and fragrances that I ever smelled, and I do feel like it takes a certain kind of personality to like tuberose, and that's just my opinion. Tuberose would not necessarily be like a fragrance with tuberose would not necessarily be something that I would really go after. And I've smelled a lot of tuberose fragrances. I've watched a lot of reviews. People always would talk about this bubblegum sweet tuberose. I never found it until I bought the L'Interdit Intense, and the L'Interdit OG is the same way. In the top, in this fragrance, you get pear, you get bergamot. In the middle, you get tuberose, orange blossom, jasmine, sandalwood. In the base, you get patchouli, vanilla, and ambroxan. I love ambroxan. And then you get vetiver. Now, with the I think what really makes this fragrance sweet, like bubblegum sweet, is the pear. Because pear in fragrances to me always comes off very sweet, like a jammy type of smell. And orange blossom, I think orange blossom makes fragrances very sweet. It also could give it a little bit of a vintagey type of vibe if you're into that sort of thing. I'm actually coming to love vintagey smelling fragrances. I feel like it has something to do with me getting older. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, I am starting to like them a lot though. The other note that I feel like makes this fragrance sweet as well is the vanilla. The vanilla in this is very pretty, you guys. I know a lot of people compare this to My Way, and yeah, they do smell very similar, but I feel like the My Way is heavier on the tuberose in my opinion. This is the perfect fragrance to wear on Thanksgiving Day, especially if you're having dinner like around 5, 6 o'clock, 7, somewhere like that. I think this would be very appropriate for that time of the day. L'Interdit by Givenchy. So this next fragrance has actually grown on me a lot. This was a highly anticipated release for 2021, and it really has snuck up on me, and it has a special place in my heart, and I could tell by the dent that I've put in it. This is Fenty Eau de Parfum. Oh my God, this is nice. Every time I smell this, I go into a trance. I don't know what I don't know what it is. When I smelled this, I smelled the tangerine. I smelled the blueberry. It's the blueberry for me. I would not even imagine putting blueberry in fragrances. I guess that's my little small-minded way of thinking. But I'm so glad she did, because it just gave me something different to smell. And I really appreciate that. I think this is a really gorgeous fragrance to wear for Thanksgiving. It gives me fall vibes. It gives me gourmand. It gives me unique. I just adore it a lot. I don't know of any other fragrance that smells like this, honestly. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are fragrances out there that kind of come close to it, but I've not smelled them, okay? At the top in this, you get blueberry, tangerine. In the middle, you get Bulgarian rose, geranium, and magnolia. In the base, you get musk and patchouli. I don't really smell a lot of patchouli in this fragrance. And I don't really smell any musk. It does kind of have a powdery dry down to this fragrance, but I really get the blueberry and the tangerine and the rose. Those are the three notes that stick out the most to me in this fragrance. Oftentimes, since I've been on this fragrance journey and sharing my collection with you guys, I'm not even gonna front for y'all. I have smelled a lot of fragrances that smell like each other, very similar. And I think what it really boils down to when you're making a decision on buying a fragrance that kind of smells like something else, you kind of got to go deep with it. You got to think like, okay, longevity, projection, you know, because they smell the same. You love the way it smells, but what's going to be the determining factor on which one you buy? And so I'm kind of like learning that. I'm kind of like finding out a lot of fragrances smell the same, but this one is so unique. It doesn't smell like anything. And I think it is appropriate for fall. I think it would be a gorgeous scent to wear on Thanksgiving. I think it will just kind of mix in with all the other aromas that you're smelling on Thanksgiving, like turkey and sweet potato, yam, sweet potato pie, cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is just gonna, like, you're gonna smell like a freaking dessert. And I feel like everybody is gonna be asking you what you are wearing. I think I'm gonna wear this for Thanksgiving now. Honestly, I'm just gonna spray a little bit on right now because, child, oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's Fenty Eau de Parfum, and it's by Rihanna, okay? Love this one. This is Cherry Smash number 12 by Alt Fragrances, and this is a dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Now, I don't know if I ever told y'all this, but I was really not into Lost Cherry last year when I started my YouTube channel and I was exploring fragrances, and I promise you, I sprayed Tom Ford Lost Cherry on me like 3 times. Like every time I would go to the mall, I would always stop by the Tom Ford counter and smell Lost Cherry. And it was 2 things that turned me off: the longevity, and then in the dry down, it did something funny on my skin. It like turned on my skin, or my nose just kind of was like, we don't like this anymore. I don't really know what was going on with that. Last 3 or 4 months, I've been on this big cherry kick, and I heard a lot of great things about Cherry Smash, so I got it. And you guys, this is what really changed my mind about the Tom Ford Lost Cherry. And I will tell you this, just between me and you, I think this one is better, okay? That's just my opinion. I'm just saying. The only notes I can go off of is the notes of the Lost Cherry, which in the top you get sour cherry, bitter almond, you get liquor, you get sour cherry again. In the middle, plum, Turkish rose, jasmine sambac, and in the base you get tonka, vanilla, Peru balsam, cinnamon, benzoin, sandalwood, cedar, cloves, vetiver, and patchouli. It's definitely a boozy, spicy, sweet, creamy cherry fragrance. And I like it. I like it a little bit more than the original Tom Ford. At initial spray, I get a heavy cherry smell. Kind of reminds me of the cherry car freshener, cherry chapstick. I do slightly get something a little bit medicinal in this one. Ultimately, what I get is a boozy, cherry, sweet, creamy, spicy, almondy, just a beautiful fragrance. And I just feel like it's better than the Lost Cherry. I don't know how to describe it, but I think this is way better. And let's just compare the juice. Okay, this is Alt and this is the real Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Look how dark that juice is. It's probably from the vanilla, because vanilla can do that. And look how light this one is. And a lot of you girls have said that Tom Ford Lost Cherry doesn't last on you. I've been reading some comments, watching reviews, and a lot of y'all say it doesn't last on you. But I really got this so I can compare it to this one. And again, I feel like this one is better in my opinion. And it's cheaper. I mean, come on. It smells better. It's cost friendly. It's a win-win, okay? And I think it would be a really nice fragrance to wear on Thanksgiving Day, because it's giving you gourmand, right? But it's also giving you grown and sexy because of that liqueur note in the fragrance. So, you know, it could go either way. I feel like this could be unisex as well. I would love to smell this on a man. I think, oh my God, he would be so irresistible. So he would smell so yummy. I think this fragrance is amazing. It's sexy. And I just think that it's worth a try. And I think that it would be good to wear on Thanksgiving Day. If you have the real deal, I would say wear it too. Either one would be good to wear on Thanksgiving Day, because I mean, at the end of the day, they do smell the same. I just hope that you guys have a very happy Thanksgiving. This year has been amazing for me. I'm blessed already. I don't need Thanksgiving to come around to realize how blessed that I am. So I intend on having a fabulous Thanksgiving. Y'all know I can't wait. Really right now, really what I want is some banana pudding. That's really what I'm waiting on. Like, I don't really need the turkey. I eat turkey all the time. Turkey sandwiches and all that. I'm waiting on two things. I'm waiting on that banana pudding and that dressing. That's what I want, okay? If you're into fragrances, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Click the subscribe button. Click the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload and you don't miss out. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you in the next video. Mwah.